What's good, people? Welcome to another episode of RNS. We are back. A lot has gone on. Premier League is back. The NBA is back. The NFL is one way. KWEKU'S, we're here.
Bro, it's like this, I call this a sweet spot of the season, right? And it's because the NBA is obviously back, NFL is here, Premier League is here, and the clocks have also changed. So it means the NFL games are on earlier.
5 o'clock games,
means
yeah.
that 1 a.m. game that is a bit crazy to watch, now it's at midnight and I can watch it.
And this only happens like once because America's clocks are going to go.
They're going to change, yeah. You've got like a 2 or 3 weeks sweet spot.
Enjoy it, lads. Enjoy it, but whilst being disciplined.
While being disciplined, bro. When you're up late watching it, watch it with discipline. Don't be moving crazy. But yes, it's mad. I'm enjoying it.
Bro, and so am I. But before we go on to the NBA and NFL across the pod, let's start off with what's our bread and butter here is the Premier League, because you can see a smile on my face. But we'll talk about United a bit later on. But now, listen, we'll talk about United. I'm not mentioning it just yet. We'll talk about United, innit? We'll talk about United.
All right.
But first, we're gonna start off with Arsenal. They're top of the league. They're 22 points. And you were on TalkSport yesterday saying the league is done.
Yeah.
And before I let you say why, I think saying the league is done is egregious at October. But if you look at what's going on, there's a reason as to why you said it.
Yeah. It's we haven't even hit Halloween yet, and it's looking crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious for the rest of the league. This is an Arsenal team that I wouldn't necessarily, we don't know yet, we'll see how the season plays out, but I wouldn't put them amongst the pantheon of all-time great Premier League teams, because the way they win games is pretty, I wouldn't say turgid, conventional, right? They're defensively, they're an incredible side. And that might be where they rank amongst the all-time greats in terms of defensive record. Going forward, it's not been as free-flowing as maybe the 22-23 Arsenal, the 23-24 Arsenal, but they're getting the job done, scoring from set pieces and winning games. And the reason why I was on TalkSport and I said, it's over, I'm calling it, is because my answer to who wins the league is Arsenal. And if I ask you for an alternative answer, can anybody sit there confidently and say Liverpool, who off the back of losing 4 Premier League games in a row? Can anyone sit there and confidently say Man City, who just got outplayed by Aston Villa and don't look like themselves and are struggling for identity? And everybody else is a runner and rider. We've seen Chelsea lose this weekend. Spurs are inconsistent. Man United, I'll let you talk about Man United, but they're not title challengers. So like, the default answer, the go-to answer every time you ask the question who's going to win the league is Arsenal. So for me, there's obviously a long way to go in the season. But if I'm looking at the league before we even hit Halloween, and I look at Man City, they've already lost 3 games this season. I look at Liverpool, they've already lost 4 games this season. They still need to go to the Emirates. They still need to go to Etihad. Like, they're going to lose way more than 5 games. They need to go to Old Trafford. We'll see what happens there. And so I'm looking at the lay of the land. I think that Arsenal are clearly the best and most consistent team in this league. And if you're not conceding goals, you're not going to lose games. And it's an adage that I take from American sports. But obviously, offense and attack wins games, but defense wins championships. And if you're not conceding goals, it's going to be very hard for anybody to beat you. And against Crystal Palace, it wasn't the best game going forward, but defensively, they're a team that are putting up numbers that are similar or akin to the Chelsea 04-05. We conceded 15 league goals that year. Arsenal are on track at the moment to concede, I think, 14. I don't think they will break the record, but they'll get very close to it. And yeah, Arteta's built a defensive monster, and I think they will win the league.
I agree with you totally. The only thing is, I think it's egregious to say that anyone's going to win the league just yet. Because I did the research over the weekend, and there are a couple teams. Arsenal only conceded 3 goals at the moment at this time. We're 9 games in, right?
Yeah.
There are many teams that have actually done this. So, and the 3 teams, so the teams that have done this were Arsenal now, Chelsea when you won the title in 04-05 and 05-06, United 07-08, United 17-18, Mourinho's second season, Leicester did it as well in 2000s, and Aston Villa did it, and Arsenal have done this before in 98-99. However, out of all of those teams I just mentioned, only 3 of them won the league, which was Arsenal 07-08 and Man.
Yeah.
So being defensively good, because obviously like this is just 3 goals conceded within the first like 7 or 8, 9 games. And obviously it's a 38 game season, so people do concede. So I think this model, I've seen this model before. That shows me that we've seen this model in the Premier League before, and only 3 of those teams have won the league. But when you go back and look at those teams were, defensively resolute, but they were better. They were really good going forward, way better than this Arsenal side going forward. Now, if everyone was getting their act together, I would be like, you know what, this league isn't done yet. I don't think this is the way to win the league, because I feel like you have to try and score. And Arsenal have scored what? I didn't watch the Arsenal game. Was it another set piece?
Yeah.
So, And before that, it was 56% of their goals were from set pieces, which is, I don't think that's good enough, because I'm not getting onto set pieces, and set pieces are a massive thing in football. When City were winning the league, they under Pep, and this is under Pep Guardiola, no one's ever going to call Pep a set piece merchant. They scored the most set pieces. When Man United won it in 07-08, we scored the most set pieces. So good teams tend to normally score good set pieces. But if you are scoring more of your goals than set pieces, that's not sustainable. I just don't think you can score. If it's like a good 20, 30%, fine. I wouldn't be saying this. But over half of your goals are from set pieces. That's going to run out.
That number will come down, but then
it will. But will it?
Yeah, but then
how much of it will come down?
But then I look at like Arsenal from set pieces, and it's cash money, man. It's cash money, and the sample size is not just the season. The sample size was last season as well. Last season, that's when the corner thing all started. Like, we were like, oh my god,
and they didn't win the league.
They didn't win the league, but Liverpool were way better than them. So
that's what I'm saying. So because everyone else is ass, right now, I totally agree with you and to say like Arsenal will win the league.
Yeah,
but what they're doing isn't a testament as to why they're going to win the league. I think they're the most consistent because they've still got that core that's been there since 22, 23, and they're together. And if you look at City's core, that's changed. If you look at Liverpool's core, that's now changed. So, and we'll discuss Liverpool later. So don't get it twisted. I totally get as to why I think Arsenal win the league, and I do agree with you. I'm not going to come here and say Arsenal win the league straight away because it's October. You just never know.
You never know. I just think that what you can hang your hat on is the defence. The set pieces will change, but in terms of defensively,
and I totally agree with you. Like defense don't win championships in football.
They do. They
don't.
They do.
Because I showed you the stat, and I got this from Up to Jokes. I've done it on the Weekend Breakfast. The only teams that have conceded the same amount of goals as Arsenal at this time. Many teams have done it, and I said 17-18 United did it under Mourinho. Yeah. We didn't win the league. We came second.
Yeah.
The only team, and Arsenal have done this before.
But that like, you fell off though.
All of those teams have fallen off.
Yeah, okay.
And Arsenal will concede goals.
And I understand that, but in football, the teams that do win the league. So for example.
Did you win 04-05 because of your back four?
Yes.
Or do you not think you had an attacking power? Because remember, how many goals did you score that season? You scored over 90, right?
No.
I swear you did.
No.
I swear. What? 04-05 Chelsea. How many goals did you score that season?
I'll get it up right now.
Because I remember your goal difference was ridiculous.
Yeah, because you only could see 15 goals.
Yeah, I know, but also you did score a lot of goals that season.
No, we didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
72 goals scored.
72 goals.
Okay, yeah.
So, like 72 goals. Like.
So what was your goal difference plus 50?
Yeah, because we could see 15 goals, bro. Like, the goal difference was crazy, but really and truly, I'll go to the following
season. What about 05-06? How many goals did you
score? 05-06, we scored more goals.
9-10, you had this as well.
Oh, 9-10, we didn't have great defence though. 9-10, we had the best attacking.
Yeah, no, but from this, you know what? Let me get the stat just to confirm. I've got it because the amount of teams that have done this, what Arsenal are doing right now, and don't get twisted, Arsenal will concede. And I don't...
So in 05-06, we scored 72 goals and conceded 22. Like,
you scored 72 goals in both seasons,
brother. Like, because we had the best. The Arsenal don't need to score, bro. They just scored one goal to beat Crystal Palace. Like bear in mind, think about that Crystal Palace game when they played against Liverpool. What would needed to happen and back. So and
is this an indictment on the league then?
No, that's not the indictment on the league. Basically, my theory is, and this is biggest credit to Arsenal, they took, and this is hard to do, they took the league in a certain direction. When we were calling him all the names under the sound and saying it was Taliban football, right, last season, they took the league that way, and it's a copycat league. It's all about physicality this year. That's why Liverpool are struggling. Every team that plays against them, and Arne Slot's bitching in every press conference, long balls to them. Arsenal have taken the league that way. Everybody's playing long ball. Everyone's doing long throws. Everyone's trying to get the ball into a mixer. Arsenal just deal with that like it's baby food, bro. And everyone's catching up. And I compare it, and it's a little bit different, to 16-17. The last team to win the league that wasn't Man City or Liverpool, it was Chelsea, right? And what did Antonio Conte do? After the first 3 games, he said, this ain't working, 3 at the back. And by November time, I saw about 60% of the league trying to do 3 at the back. Right. It was too late.
We're even trying to do it now.
It was way too late. And I think by the time everyone's got wise to what Arsenal were doing and can kind of compete in terms of physicality, it'll be too late. I think Arsenal taking the league somewhere that, and this kind can bring us on to Liverpool. Liverpool in the summer, and you credit to you called it early doors. And what you called early doors, which I rated, was you're like, okay, you didn't think the Isak thing would happen because you're like, why would it happen? Isak and Ekitike want to play in the same position. Liverpool built a finesse team when Arsenal took the league to an area where it's not.
Yeah.
Arsenal took the league to a physical standpoint, and Liverpool built a finesse team over the summer, bringing in Florian Wirtz, bringing in Frimpong, bringing in Kirkes, bringing in finesse players, Ekitike, Isak, and Arsenal's like, now we're going to double down on what we do. Gyökeres, what are you saying? I don't think Gyökeres is a great striker, but he does what they need them to do. And unfortunately, everyone else is playing catch up. City are trying to transition from being finesse to being physical. It ain't really working. Chelsea, there's no physicality. We look like an under-23 team. Man United are in transition.
You are under 23 team. Like, let's be real.
Like, it's... Unfortunately, Arsenal took the league somewhere, which is smart from them, that everybody's trying to compete. Don't get twisted. I think next season is going to be way more difficult for them. But I think this season is baby food, bro. Like, they've already played their toughest fixtures as well. Like, they've already played against Man City. Granted, it was at home. They've already played against Newcastle, which is normally one of their tough games of the season. They won that. Already went to Anfield. They lost it. But those 3 games on their calendar every year are their toughest
Even at
fixtures.
Old Trafford as well, bro.
Bro.
They barely went at Old Trafford.
And think about, they've only conceded 3 goals. The 3 goals they conceded were in those games. They conceded a goal against Liverpool, conceded a goal against Man City, conceded a goal against Newcastle. They're 3 hardest games. Every other game, which is baby food to them, they ain't conceded and no one's come close. They ain't even conceded shots on goal. They're winning this league. And like, you can say it's premature. You can say that there's a long way to go. There's ups and downs, and we've seen Arsenal throw it away before, but that's when other teams are good. Arsenal are going to walk this league. I don't even think it's going to be a record points. I don't think they're going to go down as one of the greatest teams of all time. But just if you give me the lay of the land, and I ask you, if it's not Arsenal, who else? You can't confidently sit here and say anybody else.
Yeah.
So,
No, I totally agree. Like, this is the thing. I'm a bit salty because I'm like...
You don't think they're that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I've seen better Arteta Arsenal teams.
Yeah, bro.
And I think some Arsenal fans agree with me, but I think it's got to a stage as an Arsenal fan, they don't care. They just want,
I respect that, and that's where I credit.
Yeah, like if you've not won the league for 21 years, yeah, of course.
And also, like Mikel Arteta, we can all sit here and laugh at him and whatever. Arsenal haven't won anything, but what I do credit him for doing, and they say Amorim replicates exactly what Arteta has done over the last 5 years, 6 years. You'll be given a lot of credit. He's changed the culture of the football club. Before Arteta came in, bro, those games at the Emirates where they weren't selling out. Now trying to get an Arsenal ticket is impossible. And bear in mind, Arsenal DNA under Arsene Wenger was techie number 10s that play football. For him to have changed the whole style or dynamic of that, and for the fans to accept it, brother, you've changed the culture. Like, you've taken that football club in the direction you want to take it. That's credit to him. That's not just a coach, that's a manager. Because, bro, like, Arsenal fans would not have accepted this football.
Yeah,
like,
well, this is the thing. Arsenal fans are accepting this football now because
they're winning.
They're winning.
And I've got to give them all the credit in the world because, bro, do you know how hard that is to do? You think about how hard it is for you as a Man United fan to digest 3 at the back. It's hard, bro. So
I'm seeing people say, yeah, let's get Semenyo. What? Where are we going to left wing back?
Yeah, bro. So for Arteta to come to Arsenal that were known for playing great football, even if they weren't winning, and change the culture and fans to accept that and still be behind the team, and wrestled the crown of best defensive manager in the world when he spanked up Simeone's Atletico Madrid team, I've got to just give him the credit. I'm not saying they're amazing. I'm not saying they're the best team in the world, but they're doing it.
Yeah, 100%. And I can agree. Like, listen, if someone asked me who do I want to win the league, Arsenal, Liverpool, will be Arsenal every day.
Yeah, Arsenal, Liverpool, City. You pick the devil that.
I'll pick. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'll pick Arsenal. So like, I totally get it. I just find it annoying because everyone else in the league is ass,
bro.
That's why I find it. So because I know, like, if you want to get Arsenal in the title race, that's maybe where you get them.
That's where you get them, but there's not
going to be a title race.
Don't get twisted. Say Man City are within 3 points of Arsenal come March, April, May. I'm picking City to win the league. 100%. But that's not going to happen. That's the problem. That's not going to happen. And by that point, the bit that scares me, they're not going to win it. But the bit that scares me is that they're going to get to a point where the league's going to be kind of wrapped up, and then you could just focus on the Champions League. And I'm not saying that Arsenal are going to win the Champions League. I'm not saying that, and I don't think they will. But the style of football that they're playing, it's scaring me. And it's scaring me in a different way to Liverpool 1920 or Liverpool 1819, where it was scaring me because they're playing great football. It's just scaring me because of the inevitability of it. It's just like, I watch every Arsenal game and I'm like, it's the same fucking recipe. Yeah. Don't concede a goal and score from a set piece. Bro, it's jarring.
It's jarring, but it's working. And that's the thing. And
Charge it, bro. Football fans, we've had a good run. We've had 21 years of this team being a laughing stock, not winning anything. Brother, I was in 2004, Tony, you were still in primary school.
Yeah.
So was I, which is crazy because I'm 32 right
Is it?
I'm,
You said in primary school?
bro. Yeah, year 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, barely.
Year 6, and now we've had a great run, right? Bottlers, this, that. Eventually, the chickens come home to roost, and this is the year that Arsenal do it.
I totally agree with you, but I just don't want to say it.
Yeah, fair.
Just because it's October. But let's get on to Liverpool, because boy, Liverpool have now lost 4 Premier League games in a row. I think the last Liverpool managers,
bro, they thought they were out of deep waters. They went to Frankfurt in the Champions League and said, okay, cool, we found the recipe, we can do it. They thought they were out of deep waters. They took off the life jacket and said, yeah, we can swim again. We've realised we can doggy paddle our way out of this. Brother, they turned up to the G-Tech and got G-checked like a lot of good teams in the league, bro. It could have been more. And I've watched all the Liverpool games this season. That one was the worst one, because it's just like, and there's a salvage or saving grace because Salah scores an amazing goal. But my God, Virgil van Dijk and Konate looking very, very shaky. Kirkes looks like he's won a competition. Bradley is mid. Like the midfield, Szoboszlai is having a good season in comparison to the rest of the midfield. But this ain't working, bro. And this ain't a quick fix. And Liverpool fans, they don't want to hear it. But there's been a lot of managers who won the league in their first season. And I've said it multiple times. And in the second season, they get found out and they lose their job. It happened to Antonio Conte. It happened to Carlo Ancelotti. It happened to an extent to Claudio Ranieri. And I'm not saying that Arne Slot's going to lose his job, or he should lose his job by the end of the season. But I think it's fair for us to sit here with this evidence and data in front of us to say, he did a great job with Jurgen Klopp's squad, and he did the Mystic Meg thing at the beginning of the season, telling us he did a Sean McVay, and we were like, oh wow. Like started telling us about
Old Trafford, it was like, oh, this is how I beat Ten Hag.
Yeah, bro, and we were all bamboozled. We were led astray, run amok, flat out deceived. because what I'm seeing this season, bro, is so shaky. Every team that plays against Liverpool has a chance. It's baffling to see a team that was so dominant last season fall after having the greatest transfer window in English football history. Your season is done in terms of trying to win the league. In the Champions League, I'm not going to write you off because going to Anfield under the lights, we know what happens. But in the league, you ain't winning it.
Yeah, 100%. I think Liverpool have lost 4 now. I remember when we used to win the league on like 82 points. I said, start of the season, we can lose 5 games tops. So Liverpool will probably lose more than 1 game for the rest of the season. But this is my thing. A couple months ago now, it was August, I said to you on this pod, I said, it's only 1 game, but I said Liverpool won't win the league. And I said, not because I don't think this is a great Liverpool team, it's because I said, the way you're playing is not going to be sustainable. And I can go through the comments, and I know, Zach, you can go through the comments if you really want to. Some Liverpool fans said, oh, who's this guy? Who does he think he is? Some got onto me about the sunglasses. Some got onto me about, look at this spiteful Man United fan. And there might have been a bit of spite because I'm a United fan. But I'm a football purist. And I saw it and I said, you can get got at. Bournemouth are a very good team. So I'm not surprised that Bournemouth got at you. But still, you can get got at. And not only that, I decided, some people were like, do you know what? He might be right. And fair enough to some Liverpool fans. Some Liverpool fans did say this and they said, you know what? I don't like the way we're too open. Now, if you really want to go into a deep dive in this, because I started to go into my deep dive bag here and started to go back into Arne Slot and what he was doing at PSV, right? PSV? Or was it Feyenoord? No, Feyenoord. And what I was saying, what is this?
I was going to give you the comments.
Oh, yeah, go on. Load it.
Hey, come on.
194.
Look at this. 194 comments. I don't think a person should wear sunglasses indoors. You probably watched it in those sunglasses. You didn't see shit. What am I looking at now, bitch ass nigga? Do you know what it is? Yeah. And let's get serious about this. This reminds me of Ten Hag's second season. And Ten Hag had a very good first season where he didn't change much. We played in a 4-2-3-1 and we didn't control games. But what Arne Slot has done is these managers from the Eredivisie, when you're playing Sparta Rotterdam or you're playing Go Ahead Eagles week in, week out, you're attacking and you're playing very attacking football. So when you're the top teams in Netherlands, you're playing very attacking football. That stuff doesn't translate in the Premier League. Because one, the Premier League is so physical. One thing that Erik Ten Hag didn't clock is that the football he tried to play, and it will work in the Champions League, it will work in Europe, but the football he was trying to play in the Premier League, you have to have top footballers to do that. Do you remember when we saw Casemiro on an island and he had no idea where he was and Jamie Carragher was saying, leave the football before the football leaves you? It's the same stuff. If you go back and look at those Man United games, the way we were losing games is not because I'm not saying Liverpool have a way better team than us. But we used to lose on the defensive transition, bro. When we lost the ball, you saw everyone trying to run back and you were thinking these men can't do it. The same way it's happening for this Liverpool team now. And that's because these Dutch managers, when they come into the Premier League, they think they can implement the tactics they were doing in the Eredivisie and work it. And it's very attacking because when you're a big team, you've got to play those attacking styles. But what Arne Slot is doing is not working. And we figured you out. And not only that, all we need to do is bully you. Because I remember under Ten Hag, not only were teams... Because remember, even though Ten Hag was our worst season, we finished 8th, right? And it got worse. But 8th doesn't sound that bad considering we just saw Man United finish 15th like the season before, right? So Ten Hag lost games, but you still have to win a couple games to finish 8th. This Liverpool side are conceding goals the way we conceded them. Just always on the defensive transition, always running back, and teams used to bully us. You remember when Palace spanked us 4-0? They bullied us, bro. They absolutely bully us. And not only that, you get bullied physically and you get bullied technically as well. Now, I don't think this Liverpool team are going to get bullied technically because I think they've got technically good players. But what Arne Slot is making them trying to do, you have to have some top athletes to do that. And right now, if you look at this Liverpool team, it's one, it's an aging team, and two, I don't think you have top athletes. I think you have top players. I don't think you have top athletes. I don't think Wirtz is a top athlete. I think Gravenberch can do it because, you know, P&P, but you're playing him out of position. I don't think McAllister's a top athlete. I don't even think Szoboszlai is a top athlete.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, maybe Szoboszlai is a top athlete because he's got the stamina. But I'm talking, you can I actually know, he's actually, I saw him body Cunha, yeah, fair enough.
Szoboszlai's a top athlete.
My bad, Dominic. All right, you're the only one there, my nigga. You're the only one.
Yeah.
So, I saw it, and you know what, you Liverpool fans laughed at me, and now because you man are losing, you're all like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Does Slot lose his job? Maybe not. No. But this isn't a quick fix. It's not a quick fix.
And the feeling is turning. It's a tough time for Liverpool.
Like I said before, one guy tweeted, years ago, is that every week there's a crisis club in the Premier League. Make sure it's not yours. And that's if there's any manager like in a interview that you're about to manage a Premier League team, every week there's a crisis club in the Premier League. Just make sure it's not.
Well, this week it was Liverpool and Wolves, like Vitor Pereira,
West Ham,
clashing with fans.
Brother, I saw Sky Sports F1 guy on the Mexico GP talking about Karen Brady needs to go. Like I said, he crashed out, and I get it.
Yeah,
but
it's they've built a team that was for a different age in the Premier League, because I think that this Liverpool team that they built and all these players they brought in, like 4 years ago.
They'll be cooking.
They'll be absolutely cooking, bruv. It's about physicality. It's about doing top out.
You have to have some level of physicality in the Premier League. Every player that comes in the Premier League that's played in a different league says this is the most physical thing in the world.
And they fucked it really, because what happened in the summer as well is that they originally wanted Isak. They thought it couldn't happen. They brought in Ekatike. Then Isak was back on the table. And they, as a big club, couldn't walk away from that because it's Alexander Isak. In hindsight, if you would have asked a Liverpool fan and you put Arne Slot on the lie detector or the people who are making decisions when it comes to transfers, I think they'd say we'll leave the Isak one and we'll address that next summer if he's still available and if it fits what we're trying to do. Because Ekatike, out of all those new signings, was the only one performing. Then Isak gets fit, he comes into the team, it disrupts things. Isak's now injured, but you're trying to assimilate Ekatike, who had previously been dropped. It's kind of just not working. And 130 mil, I'll say it till the day I die, for a player that's only given you 2 seasons of 20 plus goals in the league is just way too much money. And you said it when they signed Ekatike and they were going to sign Isak. You said, I don't know how this is going to work, and it's unfortunately not working. The biggest issue, right? Because you're going to have Ekatike and Isak long term. The biggest issue is Mo Salah, because Mo Salah is one of these players that you either start or you sell, and you rested him against Frankfurt. And you can get away with that because there's a game during the week and you're travelling to Germany. Not a story. But if you don't start him against Brentford at the G-Tech,
it's a massive story.
It's a story. So you have to start him. And Mo Salah gave you what Mo Salah has traditionally given you. But unfortunately, where Liverpool are at right now, they don't need someone who's just going to walk around for 85 minutes and give you a wonder goal. They need niggas who are going to run and run consistently. And unfortunately, Mo Salah's at this point of his career, it reminds me of when Ronaldo was Man United. It's like, in his first season, he scored 18 league goals, but at what cost? At what cost, bro? Like, it was at the
I
cost.
won, but at what
bro,
cost,
it was
bro?
at the cost of the team. It was a detriment to the team. And I even felt that Ronaldo at Juventus, he was still putting up numbers. And he's still dunking on Atletico in the Champions League. But at what cost to the team? He wasn't running. And Salah will still give you that amazing goal like he did against Brentford. But at what cost, bro? At this point of his career, I don't think you can have any passengers in the Premier League. And that's what Mo Salah is right now. And you were always going to give him the contract because he had the season of his life. But since that contract, he's not been the same Mo Salah. And fortunately for Liverpool, you're still going to get peace from Saudi Arabia for him next summer. But this is the last season of Mo Salah in the Premier League. And I think we're seeing it. Let's appreciate it. He's been one of the greatest players the Premier League's ever seen. If Liverpool fans are honest with themselves, he's the greatest ever player. If he was born in Merseyside, they'd say that unequivocally. But he's not. But he's an amazing footballer. But unfortunately, Liverpool and the Premier League have moved past him, and he hasn't got the physicality, the pressing ability, the work off the ball to justify him putting the ball in the top bins or bottom bins every once in a while. He's not doing it as regularly. His legs are kind of gone, and unfortunately, this is the end of Mo Salah in the Premier League.
I totally agree with you. And Liverpool fans, where do you go from here? Because Gary Neville said it about your fullbacks time ago. You spent 400 mil. And what I don't like, because if this was Man United, this is why Man United are a bigger club. Because see what I did there, but. Because if this was Man United, we would all be talking about this transfer window. I think people were just talking about what's going on with Liverpool right now. No one's talking about the stupid money they spent.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, as you alluded to a couple episodes ago, when Liverpool won the league, they signed Jota, RIP, and they signed Adrian. And then the season...
No,
the season before they won the league?
Before they won the league in 1920, they signed Adrian and Van der Berg.
Okay.
And then the summer before they won the league, the last time they signed Chiesa and Mamdashvili sent
and you
on loan.
And you don't have to change. You don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
But you brought in all these new players, and now it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted. And it takes a while for players to embed. But I just don't like the way no one's mentioning about it. Bro, I think Florian Wirtz is a sick player. But you have to have some level of physicality in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he has.
I think he'll come good eventually. But
do you know what?
He will.
You know what? At first I said this, and Paul said this to me. He said it's not working. And I remember when Paul said this to me about Jadon Sancho, and I was like, come on, man, Sancho's a sick player. Bear in mind, this was lockdown, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, and he was just like, he said, those type of players, yeah, those middle wingers that have no physicality, regardless of how techy you are, it's not working in the Barclays Premier League. And he said that to me, and at first I'm like, do you know what? Do I listen to him this time? Because he was right about Sancho. Because Sancho was sick technically, and they both came from the Bundesliga. You can do a lot. The Bundesliga is a good league, yeah. And you can be as techy as you want. And this is not me saying Florian Wirtz is not a very good footballer, because I would want him at United. But if he doesn't bulk, he doesn't even have to bulk up, but he doesn't acclimatize to the physicality of the Premier League, this is not going to work.
But he will do. He's like 21, and also.
But why?
And also Jadon Sancho.
Because Jadon Sancho didn't do it.
But the difference is, right, Jadon Sancho was a number 10 masquerading as a winger. And you come to the Premier League and to be a winger in the Premier League, yeah, of course.
But he's not playing 10 right now.
Yeah, but that long term, he's going to have to play 10. He's not going to play on the wing long term. He can't be a winger long term. Like, look at Premier League wingers who are batting up right now. It's Antoine Semenyo. It's like you've got to be 6 foot and wham and quick and preferably black. And if you look at Florian Wirtz, he's the opposite of all those things. But Florian Wirtz is the number 10 with two sitting midfielders that can do the dirty work. Yeah, he'll be cash money. I'll still back it.
I just don't know.
They didn't address their midfield though, man. Like Gravenberch helped them win the title, but he's not a number 6, and you told me that. And so like he needs. I think Florian Wirtz. I'm not like I went early on the Arsenal thing. I'm not going early on Florian Wirtz. I think it'll work.
I don't like going early issue, but I might, because bro, he's not doing anything, man.
Yeah.
And this is 100 million player. Like, brother, if this was Man United, this would be front page news, but no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
No one's talking. They've spent over 400 mil, and none of those signings have worked, except for Ekitike.
Yeah.
None of those signings have worked so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Kirkes is looking shaky. Even though Kirkes scored the other day, he's still looking shaky.
He looked terrible that game.
Do you know what I mean?
He looked terrible that game. Isak is injured. The Isak thing is crazy. The reason why Wirtz ain't getting pepper is because Isak got signed for more money. And Isak is like the head.
But it's 100 mil, bro. Pogba got signed for less.
I know.
And he was getting called back. Yeah,
yeah, but yeah. I think he can. I think he can figure it out.
I don't know.
Because the thing is,
I don't know.
because the thing is, yeah, I don't even think it's comparable. They're not even in the same stratosphere in terms of ability, in terms of Enzo Fernandez and Florian Wirtz. Different positions, different type of players. But Enzo Fernandez is kind of figuring out how to be a Premier League player.
Yeah, because he's figuring it out eventually. And but Enzo Fernandez is good technically.
Nowhere near Florian Wirtz. And Florian, like, if Enzo Fernandez can figure it out, Florian Wirtz can figure it out. He'll figure it out. Enzo Fernandez physically is a joke. Like, he is so slow, so immobile, can't tackle, can't move, but he's a somewhat of
he's figured out the hustle and bustle of the Premier League.
I think Florian Wirtz will figure it out. I think put Florian Wirtz behind 4-2-3-1. Figure out your midfield situation. Put Wirtz behind Isak. That's cash money.
Oh, so now we have to start signing more. So you spent 100 mil, but now we have to sign more players to unlock Florian Wirtz.
Well, you're gonna have to sign more players anyway, because like Gravenberch is not the solution for midfield. So like you're gonna have to sign more players anyway. They're always gonna have to sign a midfielder.
It's like I said it, but
yeah.
Anywho, let's get on to. Should we do after Chelsea first?
Chelsea first, because Chelsea's gonna be very short. Chelsea.
What's going on?
Like the thing is, it's like I did the goal show on TalkSport, and they were trying to bait me and like trying to get a rise out of me in terms of where Chelsea, like what's happening. Bro, what's happening is what's happening. Like the keeper situation was highlighted by the board to try to sign Mike Maignan before the first deadline of the transfer window in the summer. Didn't get that deal over the line, but they made their intentions clear. Needed a new goalkeeper, didn't get it done. And then Levi Colwill tears his ACL. It falls off the bone, and they make it clear they don't want to get sent back, even though Maresca goes in the press conference and says, "Yeah, we need reinforcements." And so, if it's the board or whether it's the manager, it's been made clear to the fan base that there's two positions that need addressing: goalkeeper and centre back, and it hasn't been addressed. And then we saw the way that Sunderland scored their second goal in the last minute, and it was poor defending from the centre backs, and they were more physical than us. They deserved to win that game. And unfortunately for Chelsea, there's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be ups and downs. Eventually, we will finish in the Champions League places, because I think we're better than the teams that are chasing it. But it'll be a season similar to last year, where we'll be streaky. We'll win like 3 or 4 games in a row, and we'll lose a game that you don't expect us to lose. But it will all even out by the end of the season, and it will result in us qualifying for the Champions League. For Chelsea fans, you want more. You want trophies, you want silverware, especially when you got the taste of it at the back end of last season, winning the Club World Cup, and the Conference League doesn't really count. And at Chelsea, you're always going to be judged by trophies, but we are where we are, man. We're physically, we're not there. We're not strong. We're not imposing.
So if you're saying that, and we've just spoken for the last half an hour of the physicality of the Premier League, and you have to have somewhat of physicality.
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to finish in the top 4 or 5?
Because you don't need
because you're a fan.
No, what?
Because if Cole Palmer, because I think there's a massive disparity.
What, in terms of Chelsea finishing in the top 4? Okay, so Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal better than us. We're better than every other team. We just are. And I know Man United are on a bit of a run right now, but I think we're better than Man United. We're better than Spurs. Well, the thing with Spurs is that we have to...
Are you? You're not above Man United. You didn't beat Man United.
Bro, you told me so earlier, I can't call that Arsenal going to win the league and we're 8 games in. Yeah, you're above Man United. You're above us right now, but... We're going to finish above you. We could put the bet on right now.
I'm not playing that bet on.
Yeah, of course you're not.
No, I'm not playing that bet on. But for you to say we're better than Man United when you didn't beat us and we're above you.
Yeah, but we didn't beat you last season at this point, and we were above you. Or we didn't beat you last season. We drew at Old Trafford, but we were better than you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. But you could tell that.
Yeah, but
now I look at this Chelsea team.
Okay, cool. But if we go by that same rationale, Liverpool didn't beat you, and you're above them. Are you better than Liverpool? No. So
this Liverpool that I'm seeing right now, you're
not better than Liverpool.
No, I'm not saying we're better team than Liverpool, but this Liverpool team. This Liverpool for the past 4 Premier League games, the Liverpool team you see.
Yeah, but are you better than Liverpool?
No, overall, no. We don't.
So I'm not saying that we're Liverpool, but I'm applying that logic in terms of by the end, basically. But there was a point in last season when it was like February time where Chelsea completely fell off, and then we had to go on a crazy run at the end of the season to finish in the top 4. I said the teams that are going to be challenging for the top 4 with us are what last season was Newcastle and Villa and Forest. And I said, yeah, man, we're going to finish in the top 4.
Yeah, but so this is the thing.
And this season, it's going to be maybe Spurs and Villa and Newcastle and United. And when it comes into running where you just have to win these games, I feel like we'll win those games. We have to play Spurs. The thing about Spurs is they're above us and they've got more points than us, but they have to play us twice, and that's 6 points for us. That's a 6-point swing. I'm not even saying that to be a prick. I'm saying that that's the facts of the matter. No matter where we are or where they are, when it comes to playing against them, we figure out a way to get it done. And with Man United... Let's see, innit? Because that nigga's hair's still not been cut. Let's see if he can get to 5 wins in a row and have a conversation. But if I'm thinking about Chelsea this season, yeah, we'll finish it. Bro, I
think that's based on Cole Palmer, if Cole Palmer stays fit or not.
Do you think?
I think there's such a disparity between a Cole Palmer, when Cole Palmer's starting for you, man, and when there's not. I feel like...
I don't know, though, because our best result in the last, year is beating Liverpool. Cole Palmer didn't play that game.
Everyone's beating Liverpool, right?
And then if you think about the back end of last season when Cole Palmer weren't scoring goals, and we went on our best run. Cole Palmer weren't playing well, and we were winning.
No, but he was still playing.
He was playing, but he wasn't.
Think no one fears you lot when Cole Palmer's not playing, bro. I feel like there's such a disparity.
Yeah, of course, he's one of the best players in the world. Of course, so when he's not playing in your team, you're going to get worse. But I look at the landscape of the teams that are in and around it, and I don't trust them, bro. It took Spurs to score a last minute equaliser to get something out of the Wolves game. I've seen Man United, like most teams, get G-checked at the G-check by Brentford. Do you know what I mean? These teams aren't bankable teams. They're all in and around it, and I feel like if you fucking have to get down and dirty when it comes to April or May time, I back my team over these other teams.
I hear it.
But if you don't, put the bet on.
No, not yet.
If you don't put the bet on.
Listen, we've only won 3 games in a row, but...
That's what I mean. So let's talk about your team. Because it's 3 games in a row. So the 3 games are Sunderland, Liverpool, and Brighton. 3 different types of wins, but 3 important wins. Man United showed the ability to score goals. Still question the defence a little bit. It was clean sheet against Sunderland, but against Liverpool and against Brighton, those teams could have scored more goals, but you've got the win. So the noise has quieted down a little bit. And Man United fans are starting to walk with a little bit of a pep in their step. The chest is out. The chin is up. The sunglasses are on. And they're talking their chat. They're talking their talk. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But from your perspective as a Manchester United fan, where are you at and where are you going to be at the end of the season?
See, it's weird because it's uncharted territory for this manager. This is the first time we've won back-to-back games. Yeah, and now we've won 3 in a row. And Brighton was big. It was a big win because we never beat Brighton, bro. Brighton have had our number at Old Trafford for the past 3 seasons. So we came into this game saying, okay, we've just done Anfield away. Please don't just revert back to type. And we didn't. We were, for a time, we were 3-0 up. I don't remember the last time Man United were 3-0 up was Everton at home under Amorim. And then post-match, Amorim said, I don't know how we won 4-0 because that was a terrible game. Yeah. So there's that. But then you're looking at it, you're thinking, okay, and Mbumo's starting to score, Sesko looks good.
Yeah,
Cunha got his
Kingdom Mbumo's looking decent.
Do you know what I mean? It's all starting to low-key click. No one's talking about the formation. No one's talking about 3 at the back anymore. So this is what we need. And unfortunately, there's optimism. And the reason there's optimism is because unlike 9 out of 9 of the teams in the Premier League who are playing in Europe, we're not. So once our Premier, we've got 29 minus 38, 29 more finals. So I don't know where I can't tell you where we're gonna land because we could easily lose to Nottingham Forest. I still feel like we're capable of that. But
no, you won't.
You just never know. The Premier League has always got something. But right now we're just starting to slowly creep up. We just need to start stacking these wins, bro. Start stacking these wins. And then we get to AFCON because AFCON's going to be huge. We're going to miss Mbumo because really and truly, we still haven't scored that many goals yet.
Yeah.
We scored 2 against Liverpool because Liverpool scored 1 and we scored 2 against Sunderland. And we scored 4. So it was nice to score 4 goals because that's we don't do that often. But if we're going to be even in page 1 of the Premier League or even trying to fight for European space, we need to be scoring 2, 3 more consistently. So I'm not going to be one of them United fans that are gassed and be like, we're going to win. You know what's great? We're going to win the league. Yeah. We are back, baby. No, do you know what? In all honesty, we're not. But one thing I do like is that the momentum's slowly creeping. Now, AFCON's going to affect us because Ahmad's going to go and Boomer's going to go and Mazraoui's going to go. Then we might have to load up a little Shea Lacey, blood. Second go, and then we might have to load them up. I don't know.
Is he not African?
Yeah, he is, but I doubt he hasn't. He's only played for Mali once.
Okay.
So I doubt he'll go. But that's not the point. The point is, is that it's nice. It's nice to see wins. You know what? I can go into individuals, and you've played football. You've told me you're a baller. I've never seen you play football, but I know you play football to an extent.
You know I can play.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, I saw that Rabona next to Mark Noble.
That's
Rio
what I need
Ferdinand.
to do.
Yeah.
Go and check my page. KWEKU'S Rabona in front of Rio Ferdinand and Mark Noble. They were flabbergasted.
So that's the thing. I know you can play football, innit? The one thing I will say about United is, when you're playing 11 inside and your keeper's ass, that just makes the whole team shaky. I'm not saying Sonny Lamens is a revelation, but he's not a shaky keeper. He looks quite solid. He looks like he can do the basics well. And bear in mind, if you're 15th, you're not really doing the basics well. So we're starting to build a foundation of, you know what? Oh, we've got someone who can score in the Premier League. Like, it's nice that, we went to Brighton and we had, Cunha scored at Brighton. Yeah, he's done that. He's scored against Brighton.
Oh, yeah.
He's done that before with Wolves. Oh yeah, and Bumo scored against. Like, it's nice because we weren't scoring against Brighton before. We still had a come to reality check where we took off Casemiro and we brought Mainu on, and he looked a bit rusty, to be fair.
Brother, you were 3-0 up when it got to 3-2.
And don't get twisted. It got to 3-2 and it got a bit shaky. But the one thing I like, because if that game finished 3-2, we would still be having the same amount of points. But one thing I like is that we got the fourth. I really like that. I like that we got the fourth. I don't know how, but I like that we got the fourth. Not only for our goal difference, because now we're +1 goal difference, gang. But it's like...
Out your overdraft.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Which is nice. And we've been in our Premier League overdraft for the past 3 years. So it is nice. But one thing I don't like... That's the one thing I did like. But I'm not going to come here and say, like, we've turned a new leaf, because it's still early days. Like, let's just keep stacking these wins. And then maybe in November time, because right now we're going to play, other than our next 2 games, which are on a Saturday... After that, all of our games are on a Monday, because the teams we're going to be playing have had to play European football. So, I don't know, man. There's 9 teams we're going to have to play that are playing in midweek, and then they're going to have to either come to Old Trafford or they're going to have to welcome United, which is a big game regardless. And that's probably going to be on a Sunday or a Monday. So, if you're playing a Man United team with rest that's starting to figure it out, I don't know where we can end up. That's why I was on the United stand and I said, I never know.
Never know about what? Qualify for the Champions League? Well, I would never know about
After
what?
these 2 games, I'll answer that question.
Okay.
Because I
can't work out if you're saying never know about that title charge. Like, what are you saying? You never know about what?
After these 2 games, I'll answer what we will never know about.
Because, yeah, fair enough.
After these 2 games, I'll answer it that we will never know about, because I still don't know Kweku. Yeah. But like the fan in me, like me and my dad were looking at the table.
What are you doing? By the way, this is breaking the 4-4. This nigga's never looked at the table
I've not looked at the table for the last 2 years.
And now I was on the phone to him and he said, yeah, I was looking at the table. I said, what are you looking at the table for?
Because
you got no business looking at the table.
Because someone told, well, I do, because someone told me we're above you, man. Someone told me we're above Liverpool. Someone told me we're on points with City. Level on points with City. And Amarim was supposed to lose his job before the international break.
Yeah, but he's not, yeah.
No, but brother, if he lost to Sunderland, we would have been saying why is he still in the thingy?
Yeah, and Ratcliffe was saying, no, I've got another 3 years.
So, sliding doors moments, it shows that you just never know. So let me be happy. There's things to work on, and there's still things I see and I'm like, But the fact that we're 1 game a week really helps. And the fact that this is the most teams that have ever been in Europe in the Premier League, that helps too. So I will answer after Nottingham Forest away and after Spurs away.
So you win those 2 games, and what do you think yourself?
Oh, so cool. I'll be honest. We win those 2 games. I'll start to say title charger. Even though but that's fan fueled, isn't it? Like, that's not me being realistic.
Well, after those 2 games, you definitely say top 4. It has to be.
So what if we win those 2? Oh no, if we win those 2 games, I'll say top 4 with my chest. If we win those 2 games, I'll start to be like, second half of the season we'll do a title charge. But if we draw 1 and lose 1, then I'll just be like, let's just take it 1 game at a time. But brother, let's just take it 1 game at a time. Because you know what? We have a decent front 3. Like, you don't look at, like, bear in mind, Garnacho's your boy now. You're watching him week in, week out. I don't have to watch him week in, week out. That was who was playing for United week in, week out. We haven't watched Rasmus Højlund because I think he's injured, but we had these people starting week in, week out for us. Now we've started to, if you think, we've got Mbumo, he's a good player. We've seen him for the past 2 years. Oh, we got Cunha. Oh, he's a good player. So let's go. Oh, no, he looks decent. Oh, Bruno Fernandes is still there.
First goal in a long time for Cunha. So
that was his first goal for United.
Yeah.
But he was moving me. Because I know them first downs against Anfield away. I know you watched Anfield away. Those first downs in the last minute, that's a good footballer. So the goals started adding to his game. So there's things to work on. So it's just these next 2 games. These next 2 games, I could be either unruly or I can just come back down to earth. So I'll let you know, but come on, you guys! I feel like Michael Irvin right now, bro.
I hear it, and we'll just have to wait and see. We'll keep our eyes peeled on Man United. Real quickly, before we move on to the association, the El Clasico was on the weekend. Real Madrid got the win against Barcelona. Real Madrid totally outplayed Barcelona. It could have been more. Had a goal ruled out for offside. Jude Bellingham got a goal, got an assist, doing Jude Bellingham things in El Clasico. He loves that fixture. And showing why he's one of the best players in the world. But it feels like we're on an island, not by ourselves. Obviously, people recognise Jude Bellingham's a great player. But even in the midst of him putting in a performance in El Clasico, he still has his detractors. He still has his naysayers. And eventually, next summer, we're all going to be on the same team in terms of supporting England, right? So let's get on the same page. The question about why people don't like Jude Bellingham has been talked about multiple times. I don't want to get into the weeds of that. But in terms of his status within world football, are you still of the mindset that he's one of the best players in the world?
I don't know why we've ever come off that mindset. I think if you ask Real Madrid fans, which is who support the biggest club in the world, like, let's be real, they would say he's one of their best players. So how is he not one of the best players as well? It's only in this country.
Last season was a down season for him. 15 and 15 in all comps. Down season for Real Madrid, who are the biggest team in the world. I just think the discourse around Jude Bellingham is so crazy, and it baffles my mind. And you brought up a good point. You said maybe it's a style of play. Maybe it's because he makes things look too easy. But the assist that he threaded through to Mbappe wasn't easy. It was a brilliant bit of play in the middle of the park, and then slotted the ball through, and Mbappe scored it. I just think that we're in danger of underappreciating one of the greatest players this country's ever produced because of reasons that I don't necessarily think are just attributed to footballing reasons.
Well, this is the thing; they're not tributes for footballing reasons. Because let's keep it a buck. This is an English man who's playing abroad, which we don't really see often. Yeah, who's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, which I think the only other English person was David Beckham, Steve McManaman, right? Yeah, and someone probably Laurie Cunningham.
Keegan did it back in the day.
Keegan's Scottish. No, he's not. He's
English.
Laurie Cunningham as well.
Yeah.
So there's not many English Real Madrid.
Gary Lineker did. You're talking for Real Madrid?
I'm talking
sorry,
for Real Madrid.
Keegan didn't do Real Madrid. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was Laurie Cunningham, Steve McManaman, David Beckham, and now Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
All the ums. But what I don't get is that it's only in this country. I know for a fact, if we were a Spanish podcast and he record RNS or whatever, I don't know what a real nigga is in Spanish.
Negro.
Oh, I should have noted Real Negro Caca. Anyway, but what I don't get is that they would not be having this conversation. It's only in this country right now. It's only a debate in this country whether Jude Bellingham should be playing for England. And of course, that's because we're English and we are talking about England way more. But it shouldn't be anything to do with footballing reasons. Mm-hmm. Like, people were saying, but why don't we need Jude Bellingham? Do you not realise that in Slovakia, we were both there at that game. It was in Gelsenkirchen, right? If he didn't do that bicycle kick in the last minute, we were going out to Slovakia. Yeah. Imagine what the world would have been like then.
Yeah.
The world would be a totally different place.
I agree.
With Gareth Southgate, he wouldn't be knighted.
Yeah, not in those circumstances.
Not in those circumstances, he's not getting knighted. Yeah. That's Sir Gareth Southgate right now.
Yeah.
He would not be knighted.
Yeah.
We bounce out in the round of 16 to Slovakia. I can't even name you 3 Slovakians right now.
Yeah.
Marek Hamšík.
Where's Skirtle from?
Skirtle was Slovakian, but he didn't play.
No, yeah, okay. You talking about, yeah.
I'm talking. We were there at the game. We had the team sheet. Yeah. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to Slovakia. I like Slovakian niggas.
Yeah.
But it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And I think it's only in this country. The fact that Jude Bellingham saved us in that Slovakia game, and the first thing wasn't "thank you, Jude." It was, "Oh, we need to be pegged down a bit or two."
Yeah.
You can put it down as black people. We can put it down to no one likes to see a confident black man. I remember even seeing this tweet the other day, which was, "Be more like Kante, less like Pogba." That's not down to footballing reasons.
Yeah, but the thing is with the Jude Bellingham thing and the English thing is that I'm more time I would say it's a colour thing. Well, I don't know if it's a colour thing with Jude. I think that if you look at Wayne Rooney, look at David Beckham.
It's a colour thing, bro.
No, but bro, Wayne Rooney...
Because we don't know about confidence, bro.
But Rooney went through the same thing.
Rooney went through the same thing.
Beckham went through the same thing.
Beckham went through the same thing because he got... No, there's a difference.
Okay, no. Beckham did something.
Beckham did something.
But
Rooney did something.
No.
Rooney 06 World Cup.
Yeah, but that wasn't, bro. Rooney's hate didn't come off the back of that. Rooney didn't get like hate off the back of that. Everyone points to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Rooney got hate off the back of 06.
Bro, no, he.
Yes, he did, bro.
Bro, no,
06, 07. Go look at United games. 06.
Well, I went to watch Southend United versus Man United. Rooney wasn't getting booed every touch the ball. Ronaldo was. Rooney
was injured.
Rooney played that game.
Yeah, Rooney played that game, but Rooney got booed.
Yeah, no, bro, no, he didn't.
He did. Prime example. Because go look at the goal against Bolton 06, 07, where Ronaldo passed it to Rooney, and the commentator says, who says they can't work together? They're back together. People, I watched United game. Rooney got booed. Ronaldo got booed more. Ronaldo got booed more. Rooney got booed.
The reason why people didn't like Wayne Rooney was not because of what happened in 06. The reason why people didn't like Wayne Rooney is because he was Wayne Rooney. And we do this thing in this country where we raise people up and we bring them down. So I get the colour thing always comes into it when there's a black man involved. But I think this is an English thing, bro. This is an English thing where we like plucky losers. We like people who have to struggle to get through. Because we can't relate, right? We can't even dream of being Wayne Rooney with the ball at his feet. We can't dream of being Jude Bellingham. And I think in this country, I don't think it's obviously the racism comes into it always when there's a black person involved. I think it's more about ability. I think it's more about how you carry yourself.
I agree with you to an extent. The Rooney thing, it was bro, the red card against Portugal. Come on, you can't say people did not hate Rooney after the red card of Portugal.
I don't.
Bro, go watch Premier League years, or go watch a lot of the United games at the start of 06 or 07. Go see how many people were booed. Ronaldo got booed too, because of the wink and everything, but Rooney got booed as well. But this is the thing. We didn't get onto Rooney because he was Wayne Rooney. We love the confidence. Because when Phil Foden dyed his hair in the Euro 2020, we were saying it was Gaza.
But Foden's not those guys. Foden's not Wayne Rooney. And
if there's anyone in this modern era we can compare to Wayne Rooney in the accolades, it's probably Phil Foden.
Wayne Rooney went on Rio Ferdinand's podcast and he said he couldn't take... Bro, they were calling that nigga Shrek before 06. They were.
Not before 06.
Yes, they were. No. Go look at all the Shrek headlines. That was before 06. The Shrek headlines was when he was basically still at Everton and just about moved to United. He was getting called. Then they're calling nigga Shrek.
Nah, bro, he was 16. No one was calling him Shrek then.
Bro, I'll get it up now. Bro. I'll get it up. I'll get it up
the
right now.
The Shrek headlines was past 06.
No, it wasn't, bro. Wayne Rooney Shrek. I guarantee you it was before 06. I guarantee.
Because the United teammates used to call him Shrek.
I guarantee you it was before 06.
It was after. It was definitely after 06.
It was before 06.
Rooney got his hate after 06. Beckham got his hate after the 98 World Cup.
Bro, I guarantee you it was before he got sent off. People weren't calling Wayne Rooney Shrek because of
so you think after Euro 2004 when he was the best player in the tournament,
brother,
you started calling him Shrek then?
Brother, yes.
What, so he hated Rooney from post 2004?
Bro, he was just getting irrational hate for fucking no reason. The nigga went on Rio Ferdinand's podcast and said, I didn't take my top off when I went on holiday with my missus when I was still playing because I was just getting called this, that.
Yeah, 100%. But that was past 06.
People were hating Wayne Rooney because...
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, but that was past 06.
I'll just Google when did people start... When did people start calling Rooney... It's such a thing, crazy thing to Google. Shrek. Yeah.
I don't get how you don't remember that people were getting onto him post 06.
They were getting onto him, but not as much as...
No, I agree with you that Rooney got irrational hate.
He got irrational hate.
I totally agree with that. But I'm not comparing... The irrational hate that Jude Bellingham's getting is not the same as Wayne Rooney's. Jude Bellingham gets the irrational hate because he's of the confidence, to the way he is, the way he plays football.
I think it's a British thing, man.
No, we are losers, and I totally agree. There's a British element to it, but I also believe that British people don't like to see a confident black person, which is true.
Yeah, that is true.
British people want you to be more like Kante rather than Pogba, and that's not because of footballing ability.
Yeah, that obviously always comes into it, but I think the hate that Jude Bellingham gets is yeah, I just think it's people just don't like him.
No, I think people just don't like him.
People just don't like him, and people don't like the way that him and his family carry themselves. And we can even...
Did we ever find out when the...
I've got it on ChatGPT now.
And what did ChatGPT say?
It's saying, so roughly speaking, the Shrek nickname started between 2002 and 2004.
There we go. Bro, I remember seeing the Sun newspaper having
No,
it.
2002.
Yeah, bro.
But that's when Rooney. No, but that's when Rooney's.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like,
When is Rooney-
when he first, thank you very much. When he first broke, I remember, bro, think about, I'm older. I was probably buying the Sun and reading it myself, nigga. Like, that nigga was getting called Shrek
When he was 16 years old.
Bro, yes, it was fucking crazy. It was insane. It was like, what the fuck are we
I remember.
doing?
Okay, I remember
Like-
Rooney getting hate.
Yeah,
When he was at Everton,
bro,
but you can't say the 2006.
The
World Cup.
2006, he was being hated by them, bro. Wayne Rooney was already a villain in some people's minds by then. Rooney was fucking getting it from the day dot, bro. He was getting called Shrek, and I remember even thinking, this is fucking weird. This is like, why are we hating on him?
But that's because of the way he looks.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
compare that to Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, okay, cool. But it's irrational fucking hate. It's like, why are we doing this again? Like, is he not like the greatest footballer we've ever produced? It's because he was so fucking good and we didn't know how to deal with it. It's like when people get a bad beat, when people like, it's like almost like short man syndrome, right? When they get in front of girls and they start trying to put you in a headlock. It's like, oh, we do it. Like,
scaring the hose.
Scaring the hose, bro.
Well, so
like the British media
have been scaring the hose.
Scaring the hose, bro. It's just like, no wonder the nigga Jude Bellingham doesn't want to come to England. He's going to play for Real Madrid for his whole career. Because the media in this country is insane. They were calling that nigga Wayne Rooney Shrek when he was a teenager. Like, why? Like, why? I can almost understand the Beckham thing after the getting sent off against Argentina. If you're
but
saying
Rooney
that,
had the same thing with Portugal, man.
it wasn't the same amount as David Beckham.
It was,
No,
bro.
what-
Okay, no.
it was-
I don't think it was the
was
same with
never-
David
it
Beckham
never
because David
was.
Beckham got death threats. But
And
you can't
effigies
tell.
burning. Like,
Bro, you can't disregard. Ask any Man United fan, you cannot disregard the hate Rooney got.
Ronaldo got more hate.
Ronaldo got more hate.
Yeah, and that's the thing that saved him. They split the hate got split. Ronaldo got about 80% of it, and Rooney got about 20%.
I would say.
Bro, we call it the wink that changed the
Yeah, but that's because Ronaldo went onto a boot.
Yeah, and we were all afterwards. I guarantee if you can get the newspaper clippings, the back pages would have Ronaldo's face, not Wayne Rooney's.
I don't know, bro.
And they'd be talking about Wayne. They'd be talking about.
They would have the wink.
The narrative.
They would have the wink because of the wink.
But no, but the thing about narrative, the narrative was like not that Wayne Rooney did something stupid. The narrative was like Ronaldo got Rooney sent off. That was the narrative. It wasn't.
Yes, but that was because of the wink.
Yeah.
But then we also said,
remember what Rooney did. Rooney kicked Carvalho in the balls, and the narrative was this man got him sent off. It wasn't like Rooney did something. He got him sent off. Like Rooney's hate. Obviously, he got hate after that a bit. The hate started before, and it was for no reason.
Okay, since I don't really chat GBT,
You can pull up a Sun clipping from 2004.
Yeah, no, we need to get.
Getting it to use the internet to get me an accurate tabloid of the earliest.
Yeah.
Time.
And what's it said?
It's not giving me a precise answer.
I'm telling you,
But
I'm telling you, it's
I'm
before
looking
2006.
to try and, they're saying it specifically happened when Ronaldo and Rooney were teammates.
06.
2003.
Well, no, because Rooney came after.
So there's an overlap with Rooney's arrival in 2004.
Yeah, so Rooney arrived to Old Trafford to United after the Euros in 2004. I don't think 04-05 like.
I'll just find it for you, bro.
But 04-05 was Rooney getting out because we need to get onto the NBA. So we need
Okay. Let's leave that. Jude Bellingham's getting hate and he doesn't deserve it. We can just draw a line under that one, right?
Listen, that's another episode of RNS. Like, share, subscribe, all of that.
Comment as well. Comment down below.
Yeah, comment for some of our takes because some of these takes were crazy, some of them were good, some of them were early, and remind us. Until next time.